Hi everyone. I just came on today because it's been a week and a half, 2 weeks ago maybe, and I just have not had time to show it all to you. I got a Happy Mail box from my sister, and when I say a box, I can't pick it up off the floor. Jeff had to bring it in here for me, and it's filled with stuff. She gets to go to the dump, and she says that she gets to go to the dump. She has to take her trash to the dump every week. And they have this place called Freecycles where they try to recycle things, and if you want something, you can take it. So she sent me this box of stuff, and these are, I think, teacher calendar things, something. But all of this stuff, except for just a tiny bit of it, came from the dump. And I just wanted to come on and show some of it to you today. Oh, that one's upside down. I'm not going to show you them all. But there's 4 of them. And that's those. There was an atlas. There's this gorgeous book. It's Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. But isn't that cover just beautiful? And the inside too. There's gilding on the edges of it, some of which is worn. She said there's always books. Always, always books. This is another, this one is German, I think. And she knows that I like to use the pages of foreign language just for backgrounds. But the cover on this one is really cool too. I really liked it. There were these plant cards. And some recipe cards. That one's a little beat up, but that's okay. But this is a whole stack of these plant cards. Aren't they fun? I'm having to show you today because I need to get this box put away. It's just like a tripping hazard. This is Aesop's Fables, and the illustrations, when there are illustrations, are really interesting. Can you see those? Yeah. Okay. Knight. And of course the little fables are very, very cool. I'll be using that for sure. Oh, there were several of these. They're little Halloween gift bags. They're probably could be a real cute little Halloween journal. There were a lot of books in this box. This is John Steinbeck, Grapes of Wrath. Excuse me, guys. Can't even talk. I like this because of the cloth cover. Oh, there's more of the plant cards. And this is, what is this one? Magic Treehouse, which is a great kids book. Fabulous kids book. Stamping. Oh, this is it's a iron-on transfer patterns. These are really cool too. Well, this one doesn't look like it's ever been opened. It hasn't. Oh, let's see. I'll open it and show them to you in case you haven't ever seen them. These are old. These are for embroidery. And they probably wouldn't iron on anymore, but you used to iron these on and then you could embroider over them. And aren't they cool? And these are the days of the week. And another fun book, A Magic Shop. I love that cover. Oh, I just love that cover. And the illustrations are awesome. I might try to do something where I can leave most of the story in that one. Oh, now this these. She said on the way home from the dump one day, she had gone to one of her favorite thrift stores, and they had these, and they were having a bag sale, and she said that since she was getting a bag anyways, these are letters if you can't tell. Since she was getting a bag of stuff anyways, that the letters, the stamps that she got, which there's some more stamps down in here, were free because she was paying for the bag. So, and this is another rubber stamp. It's like an ocean wave, I think. Then there were some foam letters with letters on both sides, different size. There were these two cool little, they're coasters, I think. They're made out of paper, but they're like cardboard, and they're really cool, and I think that somehow maybe I could make a book out of them. I think they would be cool to turn into a book. Maybe like that. Maybe decorate the outside and leave this as the inside cover. So I may have to work on something with those right away and send it to her as a gift. Oh, this is A Short Guide to a Happy Life. Another little book. Sometimes she grabs them for the illustrations. Sometimes she grabs them because the covers speak to her. She doesn't actually do this, although she's more than capable of it. I told you there was more of those cards. See this? There's a whole pile of these cards in here. So, more stamps. Oh, there's some really cool stamps. These are on plastic backs, but look at this one. And there was a little square one, and they're on sort of a hard plastic back, but they're foam. Oh, this was a cool book. It says F-stop on the front, and it is just a book filled with photos. And there's also these little robots in here every so often. I think it is sort of an advertising little book, but some of the images are really interesting. It's hard to open because it's so, I mean, look at it, how thick it is. But it's the coolest book. Now, I'm afraid altering it wouldn't work very well because if you take any of the pictures out, it's just a paperback book. So I'm going to have to think about this one for a while. But I love the images. The images are fabulous. Look at these images. In collage, I think those images would be so much fun to use those images in collage. And more books. Oh, this has got a really pretty spine. Like that maybe. This is another one in German. It seems that she finds a lot of German ones. This is a pretty cover. It may be the area she lives in New York. I'm not sure. This is called Valley of the Dolls. That's an old book. And she may have just grabbed it because the cover she thought would be a good... simple colonial furniture. And this one's got some interesting pages that would be cool in a junk journal due to the fact that they're sort of like blueprints for different furniture. And this is an animal book. It looks like a kid's book, so there's some fun images. And again, would be, I don't really like that one, but you know. Oh, that one would be lovely. But there's some cool bugs and different animals. That might be a good one to alter. This one is The Art of Advertising. So I'm guessing somebody that did some sort of advertising. That's where the little book came from, but look at this. Where's it? Sorry for the glare, guys. But some of these are fabulous. Just look at this one. The Dalmatians. This was a find. This was an absolute find. Somebody must have really liked that page. There's so much in this box, guys. You just can't imagine. There's some more letter stamps. These ones are clear acrylic stamps that you would put on a block. And some of them are kind of stuck together. I'll have to see which ones are good and which ones aren't. There we go. But you see, maybe this one will show up better because it's dirty. Can't see them at all. There we go. And like I said, she said the stamps came from her thrift store, but because she was buying a bag, then they kind of came out as a wash. Oh, here's another one of the cool foam ones. There were several of these really cool foam ones. And this, of course, I love this one. This one will probably lay on my desk all the time. And they'll be perfect on the jelly plate. So... And this is just begging to be used. Can you see his goat head on top of him? And this is a merman. And these have, some of these have, they're layered underneath. See, so there's a clear sheet over the top that has parts of them on it to make it look three-dimensional. Looks like some of it is gone, but this is it's a journal, and she often finds blank journals. Oh, there's some more in the middle. I hadn't seen that one. That's really cool. She finds a lot of blank journals, and I have taken apart a couple just to use the paper, but this one is just really cool. It's got velvety stuff on the surface. We're getting to the bottom, guys. We are getting to the bottom. Almost. And here's another one of those really cool stamps because it's got a square. These are going to be fabulous on the jelly plate. These are chipboard pieces. Can you see how thick it is? Oh, wait a minute. That might have been 2 sheets. Yeah, that was 2 sheets. It's about the thickness of a little bit heavier than a cereal box. But there's different letters and numbers. There's some tags and tabs. The thing of it is once the tags and tabs are used out of it, they'll make perfect stencils for making more. Then there's a lot of letters. Lots of alphabet. And like I said, this all came from the dump. Only the stamps came from the store, she said. Oh, this is, there's some flowers and butterflies. Looking to see if there's anything else. No, that's another one of the tags. So there's quite a few of these shapes, which is really awesome. Now I just got to keep them where they're not falling apart. Okay, and the piece de resistance I saved the best for last. This is the coolest book. I laughed so hard. This is Lady Cottingham's pressed fairy book. And Mindy, if you're watching, it just makes me think of you. I just, you and your fairies. This is the pressed fairy book. So, fair warning, it's kind of odd, but I love it. It's a whole story about this girl as she's young and she grows up, and you can tell by the handwriting that, and of course this is 1895. You see this pressed fairy? Look at her face. Let me hold it up. Apparently, the girl went around with the book and squashed the fairies in the book. And the pages are as if the fairy had been squished. It's kind of sick. But I love it. It's just so cool. It's like, okay, smack. I caught it. It's funny. It's a funny looking one. I think it must have be a goblin or an elf. It's not a fairy, it's a goblin. And as she grows up, the handwriting becomes clearer. I haven't read it all yet. I was like, oh my gosh, I just love it. This little guy's eyes, it was like, oh. So, anyways, that is my fabulous, fabulous happy mail from my sister in New York, who says, see what I miss because I have garbage service. I miss all the good stuff. Oh, and there's a fairy in the back that you can take out. It's a squashed fairy. Now there may have been more, but like I said, she got this at the dump. So, you know, you take one fairy if that's all there's left. But it's just, it's just fabulous. It's just the funniest thing. Anyways, that's my happy mailbox from my sister. Like I said, it was a big box. So, I'm going to read you a quote from 1001 Ways to Creativity so that I can go on and do something else with my day now that I've read the Squashed Fairy book. Art is when you hear a knocking from your soul and you answer. Terry Gillimitz. Guys, I had a great day. I had a great afternoon. You go have fun. Bye-bye.